Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. So CPI came in higher than expected, and obviously the markets responded negatively to that. And what we do have now, we have a situation of another big interest rate hike that is probably on the cards right now. So one thing to remember, I think I'll get it. Actually, let me get to that on the lower time frame. For now, structure here on the 8 hour is we were in a downward trend. We're back. We're above the 155 EMA. You were looking for support based on the strong trend that we'd had sort of from the middle of last week all the way up to early this week. That is now null and void. So we're now watching this area here at 31,100. This is the area to pay attention to. And as I said yesterday, it wasn't an area I'd want to be long based on the oscillators. I was looking for a pullback onto one of these tails for support to be found. And pretty much all the gains that we've picked up over a week and a half have been eroded. So that is the line in the sand right now. Drop below that and retest. You have a massive cup and handle. So you're then looking for another almost 10% move to the downside. That's what we're seeing on the 8 hour at the moment. Moving across to the 3 hour, oscillators have grouped the downside, so a little bit wary about jumping in short. Obviously, the way I trade, I want to be short higher up at the moment. So we're looking for structure a little bit higher up. And what you need to do is look for your fractals. Now, this is a very strong level that we have up here at 31,314. And we're going to now just get down to the 1 hour. Right. So let's just black out that move of yesterday. So obviously, from Wednesday, sorry, when was this? This was Thursday last week. We had a pretty good non-farm payrolls. Was that Thursday or was that Wednesday? It was Wednesday. So we had data on Wednesday, and it was pretty much all over the place. But you can see broke above the 155, and then we stayed in this tight channel. Now, often when you see this, you think, wow, we've really making a strong recovery. So the question here that I have, and it's on basically my opinion at the moment, is somebody was expecting, or not somebody, a couple of people or institutions were expecting the CPI number to be positive. So maybe it was a case of data that was leaked that was incorrect, and obviously people buying into it. They'd also seen the massive amount of puts on the option market, and were trying to squeeze those guys out of the market. And basically, as soon as that data was printed, everybody that had bought into here, their stops just got triggered, and you can see the selling just started and just accelerated to the downside. So it could be a case of a pretty interesting trap. I don't think this is just retail traders here. I think retail traders were riding the wave with whichever institutions were betting on the markets having a bottom formed. So no indication on the lower time frame that this was going to fall like this. And at the moment we are in an area of support. And I'm just going to put another level in down here because it's pretty important that we have all of that. Okay, so oscillators are grouped to the downside at the moment. I don't really want to be just jumping in short right here. I want to find a opportunity off structure. Now, let me just make it a little bit wider. So what I'm doing is, you can see there are tails. There's a inside tail there, and then there are more tails here. I think we can actually just move it up a little bit more. You can see there's a tail, all inside this area. Look over here, and I can probably go to the left and there will be more. But that's the area that we're looking for. So if we come down to the 15-minute, what we're looking for now is we're looking for an opportunity to continue shorting. And with a view that if we drop below this zone here, which is 3100, what's that one there? 31,100 and 31,000 dead. So this area here is what you need to be paying attention to. If we drop below that area, watch out below. I think it's going to be a pretty strong move to the downside. Obviously, I want to be doing that off 31,300 or 31,400, and everything in 100-point moves at the moment. So that is the only option. The other one on the 15 minutes is going to be at 31,500. That is very interesting. Every 100 points we have structure. So, and you can see we are sitting here at 31,200, slap bang in the middle of the other two areas. So anyway, those are your levels to the upside. That's what you want to be looking for, a rejection off. And yeah, I'm going to be a little bit, I'm going to deviate a little bit from my normal strategy, but 5 minutes you can probably pick up some really decent trades. The problem I've got is, look at the stops. Okay, that's not too bad. That's 170 point stop. So if you can get structure, you just give yourself a 120 point stop loss. It'll be just above the next level, and these levels are obviously off 15 minutes at the moment, and probably on the hour. Yeah, they're also there on the hour. So that's kind of my view at the moment. Wait for price to either continue going sideways and oscillators to move the upside in the hour, and then we'll break to the downside, or alternatively you're looking for price just to climb a little bit and then retest some structure and reject them. And again, as I say, there is a massive cup and handle forming here. Here it is here. If this bottom area gives way, I'd be very cautious of even thinking about longs, not even scalps. So it'll just be a rejection completely. So we're looking for a downside. Where we're going to is probably a question a lot of people are asking, but if we just look at the weekly, we've got a weekly crossover here. This is a rejection of the crossover. You can see there we didn't reject it, we got above it and then came back. This is a rejection of the crossover. Here's the 155 EMA right in amongst all this support that we are flirting with at the moment. And that's why I say we'd start dropping below that. This was support. Where is the next level of support? Next level of support is down here. And we didn't quite get there. So that would mean us coming all the way back down to 29,600. And then we have this gap here. And there is structure here as well. So this would be the next area as well, which would be 28,294. And just based on what I'm seeing here, pin bar rejection, came back, tried to find a lower high, sorry, a higher low. I don't think that's going to materialize. We now have this massive engulfing weekly bar that is forming. So that's why I say watch out for this structure here. We start dropping below that, you can expect us to move a lot further down. And that's kind of the way I'm looking at this morning. Definitely paying very close attention to these areas here for a rejection, and we're looking for that rejection to break this area of support here at 30,000. And if we can get through that, look at the move that we have to the downside. So you're looking at another 4% move to the downside, another 1,300 points to the downside. So anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. And as you can see with the data, sorry, you can see there was no opportunity. I mean, even if I drop down to the 1 minute chart here, you'll see there was absolutely no warning that you could have got in up here. The only place you could have got in was down here, and there was no structure. You would have been just jumping in with the trend, which sometimes is a risk worth taking. Is jump in with a trend, and based on what you see in the market. But anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.